The council chamber hummed with impatience as Commander Velik leaned forward, contempt in his 4 eyes.
I appreciate this opportunity. The Kronos maintains the synchronization grid. Without it, your fleets would drift out of formation within hours.
A mechanical clock. You expect us to believe that gears and springs hold our fleets together?
Laughter rippled through the council. They saw only an obsolete relic, not a vital warning.
Laugh now. But when the grid fails, your fleets will desync. My clock ship is the only thing stopping that.
The council dismisses your warning. Your clock ship is a relic. We will waste no more time on it.
Time will be the judge, Commander.
Velik waved a hand, ending the session. Richard turned away, the echoes of laughter chasing him out. In his eye, the reflection of a tiny gear turned, marking seconds that would soon become unforgiving.
They'll see. Very soon.
The Kronos hung in the void, brass gears gleaming against the cold stars as Richard's shuttle docked. Inside, the chronometer core pulsed with a steady blue rhythm, every gear in perfect alignment.
Sir, I've detected a chronometric fluctuation. 0.03% drift in Sector 7.
A flood on my grid shouldn't exist. Not on my grid. Show me the raw wave.
Yes, sir. I've also noted a minor power dip in the tertiary relay. Could be a glitch.
Glitches don't happen on the Kronos. On a full harmonic analysis, I want every cycle checked.
Understood. But the council liaison is requesting your presence for the weekly sync report.
They can wait. They'll learn soon enough what happens when they ignore the clock.
His hands settled on the control panel, the faint hum of the grid vibrating through his fingertips like a living heartbeat. The cargo vessel, perfectly synced moments before, suddenly drifted from its lane and tore through a docking ring. Inside the cockpit, the alien pilot screamed as warning lights flooded the console, his instruments spinning out of sync.
Commander Velik, the cargo ship just collided with Station Theta. The grid desynchronized without warning.
A single malfunction is not a crisis. Ships have accidents. Do not waste the council's time with superstition.
Richard, we need tangible evidence before we can blame the grid. Is your data conclusive? The evidence is burning in space. My chronometer shows a 0.3 shift. That's not a malfunction. That's sabotage.
Enough. Your clockwork obsession is wasting our time. The council will not be lectured by a human with gears.
Commander, I understand your frustration, but we follow protocol. Submit your report through official channels. They'll see. When the next ship dies, they'll finally see what my clock really holds.
But the council's channel went dark, and Richard stood alone as the grid's heartbeat stumbled. The wrongness spread over the following hours. 3 more ships reported timing errors, misaligned jumps, lagging comms, near misses in the shipping lanes.
Sir, the anomalies are clustering at frequency 47.8. Every incident shows the harmonic signature.
Richard leaned over the console, his magnifier loop, catching the red glow of the error readouts.
This isn't random. Someone is targeting the grid's fundamental pulse, run, a sector-wide correlation. I want every desync plotted against the chronometer's base frequency.
Done. Look. All the anomalies radiate from a single point. The Kronos itself.
Richard immediately contacted Admiral Vance, bypassing the council's protocol.
Admiral, the grid is under attack. Everything points to a deliberate harmonic interference originating from my own ship.
I want to believe you, Richard, but without the Council's authorization, I can't deploy assets. You need proof I can show them.
Then I'll find proof myself. The Council won't stop me from saving the grid.
A military task force, executing a synchronized warp jump, suddenly fell out of alignment. 3 destroyers collided in a silent, fiery tangle. The Council convened an emergency session, the chamber thick with accusation.
This is the result of relying on a human's obsolete clockwork. Richard's ship has destabilized our entire fleet.
No, Commander, this is sabotage. Someone is exploiting the grid's frequency from within my own ship.
You were warned. control of the Chronos to a council engineering team immediately.
If I step aside, the grid collapses completely. My ship is the only thing holding it together. I will not abandon my post.
Murmurs swept through the council. The idea of a human openly defying them was unprecedented.
Richard, think about this. Defying the council could be seen as treason.
Then call it treason. But I won't hand over the grid to bureaucrats who laughed at the clock that keeps their fleets in space.
Velik's four eyes narrowed. The line had been drawn, and Richard stood alone on the other side. The moment the council's transmission ended, Richard turned to Chen with a fire in his eyes.
Chen, we're going dark. Scan every chrono distributor for foreign signatures. No logs, no trace.
They descended to the utility deck, crawling under rows of humming conduits with portable scanners.
I've got a thermal anomaly behind panel 7. Something's leaching power from the grid.
Richard pulled the panel free. A small alien device clung to the chrono distributor, pulsing with a slow, malicious red light.
This is deliberate. High-level access. Someone wanted the grid to break. Don't log this. If the council finds it before we know who planted it, they'll hang us both.
Understood. I'll isolate the stack from the network. No one sees this but us.
He carefully detached the device, its red pulse flickering in angry defiance before going dormant in his hand.
Every component leaves a trail. I am going to find it.
Before Richard could analyze the device, alarms blared. A passenger liner had lost synchronization, adrift among asteroids. The council channel flared to life, filled with accusatory voices before Richard could speak.
You've sabotaged our entire work to prove your worth. This disaster is on your hands.
Richard, if you know something, now is the time. You are out of chances.
I found a device on the Chronos. Alien tech. Someone planted it. I need time to trace it.
Lies. You planted it yourself to create this crisis. You will take our ship by force if necessary.
If you board, the grid collapses entirely. I am the only one who can recalibrate it now. Give me 6 hours.
You'll get 3, Richard, and I am assigning a team to monitor your every move. Don't disappoint me.
3 hours. Enough to find him, or enough to hang myself.
The channel cut. Richard had bought a sliver of time, but the council's patience had burned to ash. Richard and Chen hunched over a console, dissecting the device's encrypted logs as the countdown clock ticked.
Sir, the device has a unique subspace access signature. Cross-referencing now.
The console beeped. A match. The signature belonged to a council technician with level 5 clearance, Joran.
Joran, the technician from the council delegation. He was in the chamber when they laughed.
The same one who called my clock a child's toy. He had accessed the day of the council session. Pull his location and every access log from his station during the last 48 hours.
The data scrolled. Joran had remotely logged into the Chronos maintenance network 1 hour before the first desync.
This is not enough for the council. I need him to admit it. Send him a private request, a consultation on the recalibration. He'll come to watch me fail.
As the message was sent, the chronometer core flickered, a new wave of desync rippling through the grid. Joran stepped onto the Chronos with a viper's smile, his biotech implants casting faint shadows under the amber lights.
I've always admired your primitive device, Richard. So fragile. One wrong tick, and the galaxy descends into chaos.
Fragile. It's held longer than your council's fragile alliances. Maybe you are not the expert you pretend to be.
Expert? I am a simple technician, but you are a man with everything to lose. Perhaps you'd even sabotage your own grid. When the council finally sees the truth, they'll find the real saboteur. Enjoy your last minutes on the bridge.
Joran departed with a smirk. Minutes later, the council holo screens flashed with falsified log entries, all pointing directly to Richard.
Richard, you are charged with willful sabotage and treason. Surrender immediately or face Chronos termination.
Council guards swarmed the Chronos corridors, their weapons hot as they breached the bridge's outer seal.
They framed me perfectly. No choice now, Jen. I hope you are ready.
Richard slammed the manual lockdown, buying precious seconds as he turned toward the maintenance passages. Chen slammed her palm on a secondary console, triggering a coolant ventilator on the opposite deck. Guards veered toward the noise. Richard ducked into the maintenance duct, pulling Chen after him as the bridge door burst open behind them. The passage was dark, barely wide enough to crawl, but it led to a forgotten node behind the core. They tumbled into the secondary control node, a dusty alcove humming with forgotten circuitry.
Joran didn't just sabotage the grid. He planned to frame me and seize control for his faction.
He's accessing the grid remotely from the station. He's locking us out completely.
No choice. I have to manually recalibrate the core. It's the only way to wrest back control. I am going to the core. You hold this node and feed me the distortion data. Don't let them cut us off.
He grabbed a portable kit of delicate tools, the gears in his leg, catching the dim emergency light.
If I fail, the grid tears itself apart. But if I do nothing, Joran wins and Earth becomes a footnote.
Large screens in the node flickered with real-time chaos. Fleets adrift, collision alarms wailing across the sector.
So, the distortion is spreading exponentially. 4 trade routes are now offline. Council ships are reporting complete loss of sync.
They're feeling the edge now. If only they'd listened.
Joran's code is propagating through the network. He's severing our remote access to the grid.
Then I'll do it the old way. Manual realignment, starting with the primary harmonic coupling.
He opened the access panel and began the intricate dance of adjusting the clockwork mechanisms, each turn a prayer against disaster. On the council channel, distant now, Velik's voice cracked with panic. They needed Richard, but he was a ghost to them.
I am patching the grid feedback through your loop display. You'll see the waveform shift in real time.
One wrong calibration, and the core could shatter. Steady hands, old man.
The first gear clicked into place, sending a ripple through the chronometer as the lights dimmed, holding their breath. Sweat dripped from his brow as his trembling hands turned the next gear, the core's hum rising in protest. On the council screens, a cargo vessel wobbled, then locked back into formation. Others began to follow.
It's working. That archaic clockwork is pulling the grid back from chaos.
Then Richards was right. The sabotage is real, and we nearly executed an innocent man.
I mocked him. The council laughed. And now he's the only one keeping us afloat.
Sir, you are doing it. But you need to rest. The strain on your body is critical.
Richard's vision blurred. He grabbed a brass rail to keep from falling, his knuckles white, not yet.
One more gear alignment, and the harmonic loop will be self-sustaining.
He forced his hands steady, ignoring the tremors, and locked the secondary coupling into place. The grid's death spiral slowed, but the smallest mistake would still undo everything. The core shuddered violently, blue arcs of lightning crackling along the giant gears.
Sir, the core is overloading. The harmonic cascade is feeding back into itself.
Another minute, and the energy will blow the entire core.
I can trigger a harmonic pulse from here. It will reset the frequency, but it could shatter the chronometer.
We're out of time.
Jen's hand slammed the activation key. A wave of energy erupted from the core, racing outward faster than light. For one heartbeat, the universe held its breath. Every ship froze mid-vector. Every star still port. Then time snapped back. The grid lurched, realigning. Half the fleet staggered into sync and locked.
But the pulse left a massive energy signature. Joran's network will have traced it straight to us.
Far away, Joran smiled, tapping a command to reroute
did it. The grid is stable.
But a shadow fell across the corridor. Joran's final drone emerged, a heavy guardian with weapons glowing. Richard slammed the emergency lockdown, sealing the reactor room. The drone was trapped outside, and Joran had nowhere to run.
It's over, Joran. The grid is stable and your drone is dead. Now you are only lying to yourself.
You think the Council will believe you? They'll execute you for treason.
They're listening right now. Go on. Tell them what you told me earlier.
Fine. I planted the device, I framed you, and I would have controlled the grid. Is that what you want?
Joran, you are under arrest, Richard. We were wrong. The Council owes you an apology.
Council guards moved in, securing the saboteur. Joran's expression twisted from triumph to bitter defeat. Richard stood alone in the reactor room, the echo of his vindication competing with the weight of near disaster.
They laughed at my clock. Now time has judged them.
The Council's laughter had become a distant memory, replaced by a grudging respect that would reshape the galaxy. The Council chamber was reconfigured for a formal hearing, the earlier laughter replaced by heavy silence.
Richard Mann, the Council acknowledges its error. Your clock ship is not a relic. It is the guardian of our synchronization. We offer you a permanent role as Lord Timekeeper, with full resources and autonomy over the grid.
I accept, but I will answer only to Admiral Vance. No Council interference, ever again.
Agreed. Richard has more than earned that right.
A murmur of consent passed through the Council members, none daring to object.
They once laughed at gears and springs. Now, those gears are their lifeline.
Velek descended from his seat and extended his hand, a gesture that felt heavier than any treaty.
Time judges all, Commander. Let this be a lesson.
The handshake sealed a new warning, but the echo of humiliation still flickered behind Richard's eyes. The chronos gleamed with fresh brass and reinforced couplings, her core pulsing with a steadier, deeper hum.
The new chronometer is beautiful, Jim. Every gear exactly where it should be.
The inscription is a promise, sir. Time judges all. I think the Council finally understands.
Chen had been promoted to Chief Synchronization Officer, her sharp eyes now watching over a grid she helped save.
They laughed once. Now they'll never forget the price of their laughter.
He ran his fingers over the new console, feeling the vibration of the grid flowing through the ship like blood.
The ship is stronger now. She's ready for whatever the galaxy throws at us.
And so are we. But we can't let our guard down. Joran had allies.
He nodded, his reflection in the chronometer's face showing a man who had been tested and not found wanting.
But the final lesson hasn't been taught yet.
6 months later, a rival faction flickered into existence at the grid's edge, their warships already firing on the relay stations.
Chen, initiate the time dilation protocol. Let them see what the Chronos was truly built for.
The Kronos' core flared, and a bubble of distorted time erupted around the enemy fleet, trapping them in an endless, repeated loop. Their weapons froze, mid-discharge. Their maneuvers became a staggering ghost ship from the Council's observation deck. Velek watched the frozen carnage, his full eyes wide with disbelief.
We mocked him. This clock ship is not a relic. It is a god of time.
The rival faction, once arrogant, now begged for mercy over the communication channels. Richard stood on the bridge, his reflection in the chronometer showing no triumph, only the weight of a lesson delivered. Privately, Velek knew the truth, but the Council would need to hear it from his own lips soon enough. The frozen fleet drifted, a permanent monument to the day the galaxy learned to fear the clock. The enemy commander's voice crackled over the channel, dripping with scorn. Your clock is a toy. Time is an illusion.
Then let illusion become your eternal prison.
He slammed the console. The time dilation bubble expanded, swallowing the enemy fleet in a frozen, repeating loop. Ships halted mid-flight, their crews trapped in the same second of existence, forever. The faction leader's mockery turned to a scream, then silence. Unconditional surrender followed. The council watched the live broadcast in utter stillness, their earlier laughter now a haunting echo.
We laughed at the clock ship, but time ran out for us.
His voice broke, the weight of hubris crushing the arrogance of centuries. The title's promise hung in the air, fulfilled at last, and in the silent void, the clock ship Kronos continued to tick, the judge of all their follies. The council chamber was transformed with banners of concord, a grand ceremony to honor the keeper of the grid.
Today we honor Richard Mann, Lord Timekeeper, whose clockwork ship is the heartbeat of our civilization. We once laughed at gears and springs. Now we see the truth. Time judges all, and we were fools.
They finally understand. Old ways can hold the universe together.
The council presented a platinum plaque, engraved with the chronometer's inscription, "Time judges all." Varric descended and extended his hand, a gesture heavy with genuine respect.
I was wrong, Richard. Your clock ship saved us all.
The lesson was costly, Commander. May the galaxy never forget it.
The chronometer core glowed brilliantly, a silent witness to the new understanding. The laughter was now a cautionary tale, woven into the fabric of council history. Later, the ceremony's echoes faded, and Richard stood alone in the Kronos' core room, watching the chronometer's steady pulse. The door whispered open, and Chen stepped inside, her uniform crisp, but her smile soft.
Thought I'd find you here. The whole galaxy is celebrating, and you are still watching the clock.
Besides, someone has to keep the universe ticking.
You've earned a rest. We both have. But I know you'll never really take one.
He turned back to the chronometer, its gears moving in silent, perfect harmony.
From being mocked to being honored. It's been a journey.
And you never doubted. Not for a second. That's why we're here.
They stood together in comfortable silence. The quiet hum of the grid, their only music.
We keep the universe ticking, Chen. One gear at a time.
The Kronos drifted in the void, its clockwork gleaming under the distant light of 1,000 stars. Alien fleets moved around it in perfect, synchronized orbits, their paths traced by an unseen hand. At the ship's heart, the chronometer bore the inscription that had become legend. Time judges all. Once a joke, the clock ship had become the galaxy's most vital guardian. The laughter of the council was a distant memory, replaced by the steady tick that held civilizations together. Every gear, every spring, had proven its worth against arrogance and sabotage. Now the inscription seemed to float free, hovering over the fleet as a silent testament. It faded slowly into the starfield, becoming one with the cosmos. Time never forgot, and neither would the universe. And in the silence, the Kronos continued to tick, the judge eternal.